Up, chat. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Friday. God bless Friday. Best day of the week. I don't know. It's kind of a weird one, right? You always say that. Friday. Yay, very excited. I don't have to work for 2 days. Think of that mentality for a second. You work 5 out of 7 days so that you can not do anything 2 of those 7 days. It's pretty interesting. I often think about that. So I used to work in a job where I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. I used to work in a job where I worked about 80 hours a week, 7 days a week. And it wasn't uncommon for me to fall asleep at my desk, wake up and keep working. I had a couch installed in my office. so that I could, if I was staying late, I could take a nap and have a sleep and get up and work some more. We had staff in our office 24/7. So, so I ran that business for the company I was working for, and we developed software and provided a support desk for some customers. And so we basically, it was 24/7 people in the office doing support and consulting type work. And even the developers were often working 12-hour days. We had relentless grind. And that's the way to put it, grind. And I was younger, so it was easy for me to handle. Um, in amongst that 80-hour work week, I was traveling uh, internationally, interstate, probably, I don't know, um, 1 week a month, maybe more. There was a stretch in 2009 where I was working in Melbourne and obviously living in Sydney, running two businesses. Hey, Tony, how are you? And running two businesses for the company I worked for, as well as doing my actual job at the time. And at one point, I was would get up in the morning on Monday at 5, take the car to the airport, fly to Melbourne, be there for sort of 9:30 or so, and then I would work in Melbourne for part of the week, and then I would fly home, and I did that every week. And there were times where I would, and this is no joke, I would. There were days where I would fly to Melbourne in the morning, say 9 o'clock. I'd arrive at 9 o'clock. I would have a meeting or something till 12, and then I would fly back to Sydney. I'd get back to the office around 3, have another meeting or two, go home, uh, change clothes, have dinner maybe with my wife, and my son was only small at the time, and then I would um, then I would get dressed and go back to the airport and fly back to Melbourne. So I would have gone Sydney to Melbourne, Melbourne to Sydney, Sydney to Melbourne, all one day. I did that a lot over the course of sort of a 7 or 8 month period. In amongst that, the project I was working on, I spent 6 weeks in Spain over that period. Uh, but yeah, I would, and then part for what I was working on was a tolling project, a road toll. And at one point, we needed to test the tolling system. So uh, we needed to drive around these tolls on a track. I literally had a track built. I had the construction team who were building the road, who worked for the company that I worked for. I had them build me a 1 kilometer circular track, and we would drive in circles over and over. We'd have people driving in circles over and over again to run their car through the tolling system test gantries. Yeah, I would. So, yeah, Tony, I would get up at like 5. I would get a flight to Melbourne, be there for 9, have meetings in the morning, and then I'd catch a flight back to Sydney at sort of 12:30, 1 o'clock. Get back to Sydney at sort of 3, have meetings in the office till 6, have dinner with the family, and then I'd catch a 9 or 10 o'clock flight back to Melbourne the same night. So I'd go back and forth to Sydney, you know, Sydney, Melbourne, Melbourne, Sydney, Sydney, Melbourne in a day. I would do that occasionally. Um, and uh, international travel and amongst all that. But we built this road track, and hired a bunch of people to drive in a circle for hours at a time, students basically. And sometimes I would actually take my car and I would do the 11-hour drive to Melbourne. And then I would just give these students my car and they would drive in a circle in my car for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then I drive home on Friday afternoon. I drive back to Sydney, the 11-hour trip. Um, and there were times where, because I was in Melbourne, I had friends and family and stuff there, but I spent most of my time, you'd work and then you go to the hotel and work some more on my regular jobs. And yeah, I would often, no joke, I would often at 8, 9 o'clock at night get in the car, go out to the track and just drive in a circle for 2 or 3 hours at night, just in a circle. 10, 11 o'clock at night, driving in a circle, just running up tolling hours because we needed to do so many track uh, test units, and the tag in the car had to register, and the gantries had to take front and rear license plate uh, images, and so it all have to be confirmed. But excuse me. So yeah, I did that for 6, 7 months, and that was that was in amongst my two other jobs for this company, where I ran two different business units. When I was in Sydney, I would work 80 hours a week. Like I said, it was full on, and it mostly was running software and infrastructure, software development and infrastructure. We were building big software systems. So I had a team of 25, 26 developers, project managers, support staff, accounting staff, sales staff, everything. And so I understand software development. I understand it as a business, um, and I understand the complexity of it. So that's why when I hear people talk about why doesn't Activision just stick an anti-cheat in Warzone? Well, um, you don't know how complex that is. Like, our software team that was working for me, we were developing a project management system for construction and engineering projects. And it was like document tracking and process mapping and all kinds of things, correspondence management, you name it. But these are multi-billion-dollar projects. We had in our system, we had over $50 billion of construction projects in operating out of our system. And we had to change systems entirely for a whole bunch of reasons. Some of it was politics, and some of it was just commercial issues. And we were licensing the software originally from a German company, so we had to rebuild it, and there was IP issues and all kinds of things. It was really quite complicated. But we had less than 2 years to build this system and migrate the data. And this is not something that you take lightly when there are, in that case, there were thousands of people doing hundreds of millions of dollars a month of business through this system. And it's very hard to jump out of the airplane and put your parachute on the way down. And that's what that kind of software development is. And that's why I'm sympathetic to Raven, and I'm sympathetic to Activision, because what they're trying to do is hard. Technically, it's hard. It's hard on people. It's a hard problem to solve as a first pass. So, yeah. I think it's just a tough problem. So hopefully they're making progress, and hopefully the new system they have is going to work well. And well, Warzone, I don't think of it as a game, right? I think of it as a real-time transactional system. There are hundreds of players in a single server, and there are hundreds of servers, and there are dozens of regions, and there's quite literally millions of people playing the game at any given time. And to maintain uh, data consistency in amongst that is ridiculous. It's far more complicated than anything. It's far more complicated than anything a bank does. And so you just have to look at it and think, okay, well, this is really hard. This is a hard problem to solve. And technically speaking, it's challenging. And that's why a lot of companies have tried and not many have done anti-cheat well. They do it okay. They do it good enough. But very few of them do it at the scale that Warzone would have to do it at. Um, yeah, and programming is challenging in that kind of a scale because you're dealing with so much data and so many inputs and so many variables, and it can't be good enough. It has to be right. Like that's the thing, right? Like um it, people don't understand when they say something like, "Oh, well, you should be able to look at the data and see that somebody who has a KD of 85 is cheating." Yes, I agree. But what you're actually talking about is what's called heuristic scanning. And heuristics is hard. Heuristics is not easy. Because what's to say that somebody doesn't go on an absolute banger and drop 40 kills in a game? And then they win, they don't die, they don't go to gulag, and then they go and play again. They drop 38, don't die, win again. They go play again, they drop 25, but get killed once. That person has a KD of whatever that is. Like it's um, you know, 100 KD or something. And so your heuristic scanner would need to say, okay, well, we need a bigger sample. But if that guy with the 100 KD kills Tim the Tatman, Tim the Tatman says, well, he has 100 KD, he's a cheater. I'm picking Tim because he just actually did a video where he found a guy with 105 KD, and that dude was cheating. So I'm not picking on Tim, and he wouldn't care if I did because he's Tim. So he's got a big enough audience that what I say doesn't matter. But he, but heuristic scanning alone, just based on something like KD, it's just not enough. So you now have to analyze how that guy's getting kills. How what's his shooting percentage, which is headshot percentage. Um, what weapons is he using? And they track all that data. Like they track it all. So I'm not giving them a free pass because they do have the data to build a heuristic scanner that should be able to do that. But it's just hard. It's not easy. And the number of false positives would be astronomical to a computer. Uh, to a computer, somebody like Huskers could look like a cheater. He's got ridiculous aim. He's efficient. Um, heuristically, he plays games where he looks like he's cheating, not visually. Like I can, you or I might be able to tell he's not cheating just by watching him play. But to a computer, it's just data. His data would look an awful lot like a cheater. Not it's how heuristic scanning work. It's not. There's no intelligence to it. It's just if this then that, right? It's just programming logic. So then you need bigger sample sizes, and then when you run into that guy who is cheating, but the sample size isn't big enough, then you complain about that. So again, I kind of give those guys a bit of a pass over there, a little bit, um, but they do have to fix the problem. It's not good enough. But I was talking about grind. I was talking about the hard yards, and just before I got on stream, I read a twit longer from Doug, who runs Modern Warzone. I like Doug. I think he's a nice, well-intentioned guy. Young, um, lots of he's young and he's determined, but he's having some struggles right now. He's addicted to alcohol, he's addicted to nicotine, he's working 60, 80 hours a week on Modern Warzone. He's on social media all the time. And it's obviously caught up to him. And so he's gonna have to step away and have a break. And he's a guy, I imagine his mid-20s probably, maybe even early 20s. And, he's married, he's got a toddler and a newborn. And every waking hour he spends is oh, nice. Every waking hour he spends is working on his website and working on his social media account and building his business every waking hour. And that catches up with you. I've been there without the addiction. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm not, those kind of things don't really interest me. So I've never been addicted to anything like that, drugs or whatever. So, but I know what it's like to get lost in that grind. And 47-year-old Sean would have a life lesson for 25-year-old Sean. That would be, dude, take a step back. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. It's just not. The money, none of it's worth it. I put on 50 kilos or something. Just not worth it. This physically, it just drains everything out of you. And it's so unhealthy. It's unhealthy for every aspect of your life, your family, your friends, your mental health, all that stuff. I'm a very lucky person in that I don't ever struggle from any kind of mental health issue. I never feel a ridiculous amount of stress. I never feel a ridiculous amount of pressure. I never feel that the world's out to get me. I just kind of get up, do what I have to do, work hard, go back, do it again the next day. And I think you need to learn in life, and hopefully Doug learns this lesson, that balance is important, but it's not a competition, which is really odd, but it isn't. Like, I'm not here. This one of the things he said in his twit longer that stood out at me is anyone who creates content knows that to be successful, you have to grind. It's not really true. It's not. You have to be efficient. You have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy. You have to be focused. Grinding is trying to think of a nice way to put it. It's often a miscalculation insofar as people mistake long hours for time well spent. So if you spend 8 hours a day working on your social media or working on your content and you produce 2, 3, 4 good things in 8 hours, that's good. That's efficient. But if you're spending 16 hours tweeting and producing no content, that's not work. It's busy work. Sometimes you need to do the busy work, but not every day can't be busy work. One really good content creator in this particular space, in that space that Doug is in, is J God. Dude's really good. He knows what his thing is. His thing is making educational infotainment for YouTube. That's his thing. And he has a Twitter account. He streams a bit, but the YouTube is the move. Everything revolves around him making entertaining and educational videos about Call of Duty, but particularly Warzone. And that's job one. Well, Jigod used to be in the military, right? So he understands the concept of discipline. And he understands structure. And so, yeah, he did sales, but I think structure. He's consistent and structured, and he's disciplined, right? So he knows that the thing he's got to get done is the video. So he's got to have interesting content. He's got to shoot it. He's got to edit it. He's got to publish it, and then he then has to promote it. And he promotes it through social media. He does his streams, which are a bit of fun for him, but those are the promotional channels that he uses. And I think people, and it's not Doug, but just people in general, content creators, they misunderstand that. So I've been doing this for a long time. Like I've been doing content creation and forms of online marketing since 2005. So it's 15, 16 years. And nothing changes. It's just the tools that are different. It's just the mediums that are a little bit different, but the actual process never changes. People consume content and you have to promote content. So JGod's content is videos, and it's a particular type of video aimed at a particular demographic. And then everything else is about funneling people to that content. But a lot of people look at the Kardashians and they just see them posting shit on Instagram. And they see influencers posting crap on Instagram or Twitter and calling that a business. And they don't see all the other stuff in the background that's going on. Those tweets are content. Those Instagram stories are content, and they're produced as such, and then they're promoted via those channels. But if you're just spitting tweets out, tweets are temporally poor. You tweet something and it's gone. In an hour, people will never see it on their timeline, right? A tweet has a half-life of 2 hours, 3 hours tops. A YouTube video has virtually an unlimited half-life. That's maybe a bit unfair, but it's certainly longer lasting than a tweet or an Instagram post. Anything where there's a feed, anything where there's a news feed is not a business, because you don't own the news feed. It's a promotional platform. So so if you spend 90% of your time creating content in the form of tweets that aren't really content but are just thought bubbles, then that's not content creation. That's social media use masquerading as business, which is cool, but it's not a business. You can't sell it. It has no intrinsic value. If you stopped tweeting, you'd stop earning. JGod stops making videos, JGod will still make AdSense revenue next month. If you spend your time tweeting and then you stop, where does your money come from? Nobody buys your Twitter account usually. So it's not accreting value. And you can argue there's a brand. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's very hard to build a brand. You know, even JGod's not a brand. He's a person. He has a job. He works for himself. Couldn't sell JGod. He's JGod. Can't sell himself. So he's self-employed, which is cool. It's a good thing to be. You work for yourself. You have the worst boss in the world, but at least you're in control of your own destiny for the most part. So I think the takeaway out of all that is be careful when people tell you that you have to grind. No, he's not part of Carnage anymore. He left Carnage 8-9 months ago. No, JGod's not in Carnage anymore. I don't think Drifter is either. I think clans are stupid. I think clans are, I think it's dumb. I think you're building somebody else's brand, basically. Never enter a business relationship where you can't clearly define what the value is for each party, and that value be symbiotic in nature. Never enter into a business arrangement for exposure only. You can't go to the shop and pay for your groceries in retweets. Your car payment is never going to get, you don't go to the bank and say, oh, well, this month I'm going to pay my car payment in Twitter followers, or I have 5,000 Twitch followers. Okay, how much money do you make? Can I have some because you owe me money because you bought a car? I think people get a bit lost in that. They start managing the wrong metrics. They don't understand how the metric adds value. So like for what I'm doing with this channel, I have metrics that I measure, and those metrics are about growth. And they're not vanity metrics. They're not there to make me feel better. They're there to be signposts that tell me whether or not what I'm doing is successful or not. That's important. That's the whole point of metrics. The whole point of metrics is to give you an indication on how well you're doing in the journey that you're on. They're signposts. There's a certain vanity element to some of it. So, get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, you get a silver play button. Doesn't mean anything, but it's a vanity metric. That's nice. It says you've achieved something. It's rather esoteric and ambiguous what it is you've achieved, but it's an achievement. You celebrate those things, but you don't run a business using that number. And you see smart people in that space, they look at their RPM. That's what they're interested in. Am I making videos that appeal to an advertising base that pays a lot of money to be exposed to my audience? That's not a vanity metric. That's an actual metric. And you can manage that. You can say, okay, well, the classic one is you go on YouTube now and there's basically every man and his dog is a photographer or a videographer. And they're all doing videos. And what's ended up happening is the RPM in that space has declined rapidly. So there's lots of big players in there. You have Peter McKinnon, who sort of straddles that photography, videography, YouTube creation stuff. You have that on one end, and you have, Sarah Dici Rems with Peachy on the other end, she's doing something similar, a little bit more tech focused, but she's kind of talking a lot about cameras and videography and making YouTube videos and all that stuff. And what's ending up happening is their revenue is staying high because they're valuable, but the more of them that enter that space that are popular and successful, it just drives the revenue down. And so you start to see people like Mango Street, who their RPM is plummeted. A million followers, a million subscriber channel. I think they said they made $28,000 or something in advertising revenue last year. Million subscribers, you can't even pay your bills. It's just too crowded. And then they started their own channels, and she did an exercise channel, and she made more money on the exercise channel in like 4 months than she did from the other one. And he started a personal finance channel, made 4 times what they made with 100,000 subs. He made 4 times what they made with 1 million. So the 1 million subs doesn't mean anything. It's the wrong metric, but they look at the metrics. They'll sit there and I only know those numbers because they know their numbers and they talk about them. They're tracking the right numbers. So sort of got lost here, but it's an interesting conversation, and it just sort of jumped to mind because grinding at content creation. It's the Gary Vaynerchuk model. Don't work smarter, work harder. Outwork everybody. Work longer than everybody else. Out hustle them. I don't know, bro. I'm not sure. That it's easy to out hustle somebody when your parents give you $1 million wine shop to run. It's a bit of a head start. There's Vaynerchuk talks a lot about grind and the hustle and all that sort of stuff. You just have to want it more. And there's a copywriter, a guy named Ian Stanley, and Ian does these really clever, or he used to, I don't know if he does them anymore, but he used to do these really clever impersonation videos. He's not that impersonation. He just sort of copies the mannerisms of people like Ty Lopez, and he had another one, this sort of English person, and he did a Gary Vaynerchuk takeoff, and he was, what did he call himself? Barry Grinderchuk. It was a Barry Grinderchuk, and it was just a parody of the whole, you got to work harder. Right now, I'm grinding while I'm doing this, and it was just kind of a comedic takeoff of how silly the message was, or Ty Lopez with knowledge. I'm here in my garage. I've read 47 books, and dude read the back page of a book. It's not reading a book. It's reading the cover, mate. Or getting somebody else to read the book and give you a précis. You didn't read the book. You read a snippet. You read the Coles notes. That's not knowledge. That's just fooling yourself. That's just marketing. So I think this idea that you have to just outgrind everybody in content creation has to be a grind, and it's not true. To be smart, you have to be efficient. If you take someone like me, I may or may not be successful. And the odds are always against you in this kind of a thing. This channel, the odds are always against me because there's lots of channels like it. Tons, millions probably. But two parts to that, and this is a life lesson, I suppose. I tell this to Zach all the time. So what does success look like to you, right? Think of life as you're running your own race. You're not. It eschew the notion that everything's a competition. Just imagine that you're running your own race. You're out there. You're running 20 kilometers, and the only time that matters is the time that you're going to post. And what's the time you want to post? So what does success look like to you? And then you train and work for that. And then it's all about you. Then it's not about working harder or anything else. It's about what do you have to do to get to where you want to be, and is where you want to be actually what you want. So for me, like I'll use myself as an example in this sort of channel and everything else I'm doing. There's just not a scenario where I could envision that this channel would ever replace my income from work. It's not possible, I don't think. And I say that not to be defeatist or set low expectations or anything. That's just not possible. Based on my age and work experience and everything else, for this to become a full-time job, it would take a couple of years. So I'm 47. Let's just say it takes 3 years. I'll be 50 when this potentially could become a full-time job. And then it's the kind of thing that could vanish in a minute. YouTube could say, okay, well, that's the end of you. Good night, good luck. And suddenly you don't have a channel anymore. And then you have nothing. So from a risk perspective, at my age, this can almost never be a career. It could be a bit of fun, a side hustle, whatever you want to call it. So success to me isn't this replacing my job. Never. It's not an option. Could this be a thing that makes enough money where I could have I'm 47. Settle down there, old man. We're not all like you. Your ears now as bad as your eyesight, old man. Is that fair? Is that a call? You stepped into the lion's den, brother. You better sharpen your claws. But yeah, and Jason there, same thing, right? It's not. Uh, we're we're of a vintage, he and I, where even if by some magical set of circumstances we became quote unquote successful at what we're trying to do, it's virtually impossible at our age where you would say that this will become your full time gig and you would take the risk on that. When you're 22, 23, and you have no wife, no kids, no commitments, being a full time YouTuber is a possibility. You only need to make probably 40 or 50 grand a year, and that's good enough. I don't know, man. I can't take that kind of pay cut, or I'll be living in a box. I wouldn't even be able to afford to live in my car. So, so for me, success isn't measured by, hey, I'm gonna do this and make, X amount of money, and it's gonna replace my job. Because if I said what X amount of money would have to be to replace my job, you very quickly get a sense of how stupid that notion is. So, so that's not success. So you set success by your own measurements. So for me, success is not that. Just like for Jason here, I'm sure he's not sitting there thinking, "Oh, I need to become a Twitch affiliate so that I can make, you know, $700 a month so I could quit my job." I'm sure he's not doing that. It's just not how adult brains work. Um, but if you're young, maybe I wouldn't let Zach do that. I wouldn't let my son do that. I wouldn't let him say give up school and full time. I'm gonna be a full time YouTuber. No, you're gonna be a full time student or you know an employee, and then maybe part time. You'll give up something else. You won't give up a career or school. You'll give up your social life to do this, which is what I do, which is what Jason does. We give up our spare time. We give up our hobby money. Um, and then that's where we get back to the grind, right? Somebody says, "Oh, well, you're not grinding hard enough. You're not willing to commit to it, so therefore you'll never be successful." No, it's not true. Exactly. That's exactly right. First step for me. First step for me is, can I make enough from this to pay for my internet connection, any PC upgrades I want? Could I ever get to the position where companies send me the stuff that I want for free just so that I post it on the stream? That would be awesome. I'll make videos about it or whatever the play is. That would be sick. Um, but I don't have any fast fantasy about unseating Linus Tech Tips or anything like that. You're going to be a tradesman. Good. Tradesmen never go unemployed. You'll never meet an unemployed Sparky, and you'll never meet an unemployed plumber. There's something to be said for being employed and employable. The, you know, go look how many unemployed YouTubers there are. There are lots. Coffee shops in Sydney are filled with them. Instagram. What do you do? I'm an Instagram influencer. I'll have 2 sugars in my latte, please. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm giving you my coffee order, you're not an influencer. Unless you're going to sell me on a decaf as opposed to full strength or, skim milk over full milk, whatever. That's the only influence you got. So stop pretending. And working in a coffee shop's not a grind. It's not, it's an honest and it's a fair, it's a good job. But if that's what you're doing rather than working at KPMG so that you can be an Instagram influencer, I got news for you. It's not It's not a good career move. It's not a good life move. Um, build off a solid foundation. It's always the best way. So I wish Doug from Modern Warzone all the best. I hope he gets his demons under control, and I hope he gets his family situation sorted, and I hope he comes back a better, well rested version of himself. And I hope it's a lesson to other people that there's no such thing as good grind. It's not a thing. Um, it's one of those great idioms in life. Is the juice worth the squeeze? It's always a good question to ask. Is it worth it? What does worth it mean to you? You want to be as smart as your boss. It's very important to have a good mentor. I was very lucky when I was working 80 hours a week and traveling and busting my ass and sleeping at my desk and sleeping on the couch in my office. I moved my family out of the house we owned to an apartment closer to the office so that I could see them more by traveling less. But I got paid well and it was an interesting job and I learned a lot. But the most valuable part of that entire experience was that my boss was one of the smartest people I've ever come across, one of the most successful people I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. And the number of life lessons that I got working for him in 4 or 5 years was invaluable. It will last me an eternity. For the rest of my life, I will have the lessons that he taught me. And in not just work, just how to value things. He built 3 different construction, engineering, and mining businesses from virtually nothing to businesses with over $1 billion in revenue. Three of them in his career. Um, crazy successful person. He just understood what success looked like, but he was willing to work hard, and so he was he was a good example of working hard and working smart. So having a boss who's a mentor and from whom you can take away good life lessons is pretty valuable. I'm gonna have a drink of water because I'm thirsty, and I'm gonna eat a chocolate bar, and then we're gonna play some video games. How did the I don't know, Jace, if you're still there. How did the rest of your stream go? That's kind of ass. My chocolate bar is crushed. It's a caramel bar and it's kind of crushed. Kind of shitty. A mukbang stream might be the worst thing to actually eat on stream because it's caramel. Did you run across any of the new weapons? It is very good. You know what I learned today? That shipment is in Warzone. I didn't know that. So on so in downtown, at the edge of downtown, um, by the what's it called, the ravine thing, where the water goes, the sewage runoff or whatever it is. Um, there's there's the bank, and there's the fire hall, and then there's like C building or what? Yeah, the canal. I guess it is a canal. Um, and then there's the. It's not the stadium, but it's the sports ground where the heli used to be all the time. I think the heli's still sometimes there, but that sports ground. On that sports ground now, there are cargo containers. And if you fly over the top of those cargo containers and look down, it's shipment. I didn't know that. I was today years old when I discovered that. I couldn't believe it. I looked at it. I had to look at it 2 or 3 times. See if I can find it. Here it is. Hold on. Hmm. Look, there's shipment. Isn't that crazy? Never seen it before. You just have to think about the layout of it, but yeah, it's right there in the map. Couldn't believe it. I wanted to log in and fly over it and just check it out. It's nuts.
Not sure if anybody knew it or not, but
It's pretty cool. I'm almost done my chocolate bar. The same basic layout. The lanes and everything are all the same. Some of the stacking of the containers might be a little different. And I don't think there's any cameras that are focused now. Any of the forklifts in that, I don't think they're there, but generally speaking, it's the same layout. Stupid camera. Now done the chocolate bar. And we're back in focus. W. Was on a work call today. And it was virtual Friday night drinks with my team. Some of my colleagues, they've taken to mocking my mic and headset setup. Call me a DJ. Yeah, it is the same layout. And then uh, one of them basically doxed me and realized that I've done a bunch of courses and stuff and have podcasts and stuff on YouTube. And one of my podcasts and one of the people I used to do stuff with is a friend of mine from back home in Toronto. And he's one of the biggest, I think, if not the biggest individual trainer in the world, video trainer in the world on Azure, the Microsoft Cloud platform. And so, interestingly enough, all of these guys who I work with, they all know who he is. They all took courses that he's done, TOGAF courses and Azure courses. And they're all like, hey, man, you know Scott Duffy. You're a celebrity because you know Scott. I'm like, okay, so now I'm measured by who I know. And I was texting Scott today. I'm like, I'm a star because of you now. Thanks, man. But they started asking me questions in Friday Night Drinks about this, and I'm like, yeah, I stream on YouTube, just play video games or whatever. And ask about Twitch and all that stuff, and it's quite fascinating how Twitch has its own subculture, and with simps and words like pog and how you just learn it, and it just becomes part of your basic understanding of vernacular and things like that. And I made somebody said a comment and about OnlyFans. I'm like, oh, a lot of that stuff is slowly but surely getting cleaned up with Twitch. Yeah, poggers, keck. That's exactly right. And they had no idea what a simp was. They'd never even heard of a hot tub stream. And the ones who had basically had the opinion that Twitch had basically become a softcore porn site. So it was a really fascinating look at where Twitch is at. That half the people had no idea really anything about Twitch, and the other half, and these are men in their 35 to 45, 50-year-old age range. The ones who knew what Twitch was, they thought it was basically just become softcore porn. It was just hot tub streams and young ladies licking rubber ears with their ass facing the camera. It's quite fascinating how much brand damage those young women did to Twitch in a very short period of time. Like a lot of brand damage, where casual viewers now associate Twitch with softcore porn. And it's a small sample size, but 10 people on the call, 7 of them didn't really know what Twitch was. 3 did, and 3 thought it was basically just young women in bikinis and inflatable pools telling people to go to their OnlyFans while, humping an inflatable unicorn in their living room. It's pretty interesting. So I said I'm on YouTube so I can avoid all that stuff. YouTube doesn't tolerate that nonsense. They just ban you. They don't care. But anyway. Anywho. That chocolate bar was really good. I actually have a second. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. I just got a notification from Amazon that my Go XLR has shipped from the UK. So it should be here next week, which is pretty sick. I think it'll be the week after because we're in lockdown and there's not a lot of flights from the UK to Australia at the moment. So the idea that it's going to get on a plane in a short period of time, lol. But week or so. I paid extra. I paid $25 to have it delivered quickly. If you're watching the VOD or whatever, I finally decided today I'd had enough of being a ghetto streamer. I was only punishing myself, so I bought a Go XLR Mini. I bought a Stream Deck XL. I bought a new key light. Bought some PC upgrades, and I bought myself a sick chair because my back deserves it. uh, totally random. So, did you ever get your frame situation sorted out? Did you notice in Warzone if your frames were any higher after some of those graphical changes you made, Jason? Because I know I get, I mean, watching your stream and stuff, I know I get higher frame rates than you in Warzone. But I just assumed partly because you were single stream PC, um, that made sense that your computer was being smacked around. But now that you have, so I get on average in Warzone, just for your knowledge, I get 140 to 150 usually, except downtown. Downtown's rough on Ryzen's. But basically I get 140, 150. And if we get out in some places like farmland, I get even higher. But generally speaking, 140, 150. And so you were getting pretty similar to what I was getting in Modern Warfare. So I would assume you would have the same, you should be getting the same in Warzone as what I get now. Which a pretty good result. You should get more though. I mean, your 10900K and your 3080 are better than my 5600X and 37. I just tune it a bit more aggressively, probably. My RAM's a lot faster, but that shouldn't count that much. Yeah. Because even though NVENC is doing most of the encoding work, still stuff your CPU has to do. It's still hard on the machine to do single stream PC. There's a new wait till you get some high speed RAM. Yeah. No, it'd be awesome. You're gonna get the 4K, the 4000 B die. That's serious. That stuff's sick. I looked at actually some Trident C Neos today. They didn't have the 4000s in Australia. I looked at some, but they didn't have it. And it would have cost me $600 or something for 32 gigs of that stuff. I just couldn't justify it. I just kind of thought it's not really worth it, to be honest. 3600 is pretty good. 64 gigs. Wow, that'd be like $1,000. I don't know what that would be in Kiwi dollars, but in Aussie dollar dues, it'd be like $1,000, right? Let's check. DDR4, G Skill, 4,000. No, that's the rip jaws. So that's not even. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not right. Hold on a sec. Wait a sec. Okay, so you need 216s. Yeah, they don't even sell 216s. What do you, Computer Lounge? that New Zealand? Peripheral now, components. Desktop memory. G-Skill. Not a bad website. 64, 4K. Oh, it's not terrible. Are you getting it in two or... yeah, you're going to get it in two. So dual channel. CL18. That's not bad. Let's switch that to the US. Stay. Components. Memory. Desktop. 4,000. Uh, 16 gigs per module. G-Skill. Apply. 216s. Let's check the cast latency. Yeah, let's go for that. Oh, look at that. So you could get, put the bling aside for a second. Oh, we get this. So you get 4 sticks of 16 gig, 4,000 speed, 14 cast latency. That would be madness. It's $1,000 US. But that would be real. Like, look at that. Look at the latency on that thing. That is phenomenal RAM. And that's all B die, so that's all Samsung RAM. That would be badass. Can you even get that? Can you get that on Amazon? Or 8s? We can't even get, oh, you can. Wow. Look at that. It's $1,000 for 2 sticks. You could order that. You could order that from Newegg. Wonder would that come into Australia? Let's just do a quick squiz. Oh, $800. Holy moly. So that'd be $1,600 Australian for 64 gigs in quad channel. Far out, man. That's pretty serious. It's pretty serious stuff, man. Let's see what else you could get. So we get 4,000. 4,000. Let's do 32 gigabyte modules. Obviously DDR4. Let's go. Yeah. So you could get, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. It's the speed. What is that? So that's, yep. It's 18, so that's cast latency of 18. Do they have any 16? Yeah. No, they only have 3200. Yeah, you can only get that in 16 gig sticks at that speed. That's pretty cool. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for you, my friend. I want to see what that does. Cuz that would be pretty sly. I have to admit, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. But you can't really get you can't really get um that quality of RAM in straight blackout because it's too expensive. So they have to add RGB to attract suckers, basically. So there's two groups of people who buy RAM like that. Jason, um, who's looking for every ounce of performance he can get at a reasonable price. And then there are people who can be upsold to the best, but it has to have the bling. It has to look the part. That's why Corsair Dominator RAM does so well because it looks good. It looks you can build around it. It's white and it's you know. But I use Crucial and I use Ballistics Blackout RAM. Like I can't really show you my PC, but it's basically the only lights in it are the Gigabyte logo on the RTX card and the Tomahawk motherboard has some red LEDs at the back. And the only reason I don't turn those red LEDs off is because I need to run the MSI software. And I don't want to run it because it's shit and it actually damages performance. So I'd rather have red lights on in a case than shitty performance because I don't look at the case. Isn't all GPU all RGB? I don't know what that means. Like my graphics card has a Gigabyte logo on it that has RGB. I could turn it off, but again, well, I don't know. It's just meaningless, right? The card draws so much power that I don't know. I could turn it off. I could load the Aorus software and turn the logo off if I wanted to. Yeah, it's actually. Have you tried to get a case without a glass side panel? It's virtually impossible. Like I would have I kind of would have done that. Like I'd be down for a case with no glass side panel. Like I wouldn't have a problem with that, but they're almost impossible to get. Yeah, most stuff has RGB in it because it it's it's easier to sell. Like nobody doesn't people don't not buy things because it has RGB, but people will not buy things because it doesn't have RGB. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. The only cases that don't have tempered glass side panels are $20 cases that have no airflow. Like if this Fantex case, this P400A, if this or the P500 came with no tempered glass and was like $10 cheaper with a solid aluminum side panel, side me up. I'll have one of those, please. Because I have no desire to look inside my PC. Like I don't care. It's all black. I intentionally prefer not to have blinking lights. Um, but I do think my next build. I think the next build. I agree. RGB is slowly dying. I think RGB is dying in favor of solid colors. So you're seeing a lot of whiteout cases and a lot of blackout cases now. I'll tell you what though, if you like PC tech, Fantechs have released some new fans. What are they called? The T30-120, I think they're called. It's a very catchy name. The T30-120. And they're 120 millimeter fans. And every single performance metric that I've seen so far on these things is they're more efficient at a lower noise floor than even Noctua. And they're all black. They look the business. So I looked at those and went, yeah, I think I could see myself getting a few of those. But I looked at an AIO today and I just went, nah. Performance benefit, it's not quite there. A 280 or 240 AIO basically would get me the same performance as my air cooler. You have a good air cooler and it does the same thing. You have to get a 360 mil AIO. And if I have to get a 360 mil AIO, I have to start removing drive cages and shit. It's more work than it's worth for 5 or 10 degrees on the CPU. Like, what's my CPU running at right now? I'm not really doing a lot, so let's be real, but it's running at 53 Celsius. It's nothing. It gets up to 70, but the Ryzen's run hot anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. So, yeah, I don't know. I think when I put the new SSD in and the new RAM, I think I'm done upgrades on the case for a little while. I think the next set of upgrades that I'll do will be the 5950X, a new motherboard, new power supply. Yeah, they do run a bit hotter. It's a weird type of hot because of the chiplet design. They have the hotspots. It's more akin to what you see in a GPU package, where the GPU has hotspots. AMD chiplets tend to run hot in spots based on which chiplet has the core working. But you know, they're safe up to 95. They don't even thermal throttle till they get to sort of 95C, and I don't think I've ever seen mine get above 71 or 72, which is the difference is not linear. That's a considerable difference. I don't think, because it's a 75 or 78 or 80 watt part, I don't think the 5600X could even get to 95C as long as the cooler is attached correctly and the fans are spinning. I don't think it could get that high. I think there's just not enough power going through it. So I think I'm fairly safe with that. But yeah, I think my next set of upgrades will be to buy some higher end parts with a view to using these as the stream PC. There's a new capture card out from Asus. They have an Asus Tough capture card, which is kind of a weird thing. Where is that? Where's that thing? Here it is. Let's have a look at that. So this is the new Asus Tough Gaming Capture Box. This thing is like serious. This is not playtime. This thing does it captures 1440p at 144 hertz. I think the only other there's an AverMedia card that does it as well, but Elgato doesn't do it. Elgato will pass through, but it won't capture at that speed. This is, and it's external, so you don't waste a PCIe slot with it. Yeah. No, this is wrong. You can actually capture, or, oh no, maybe you can't. Maybe you can only capture 60. I saw a whole bunch of stats about it, and it's pretty sick. Oh, it does 1080p, 120 frame per second, which is pretty awesome. I think the Elgato 4K is limited to 60 FPS on even 1080. But like you can do pass through 240, 1080p 240 pass through. Like it's a pretty solid little box for what you get. And it's pretty cheap too. Like I saw, oh, bollocks. There. This is Aussie. Like that's, you know, yeah, so will that. So you can see like the 4K 60 Mark II is $400, and this thing is better. Like it has better specs all the way through, and you know, I was impressed. This will do 4K 60 as well, capture. So where does it do? It talks about the capture speeds. So yeah, it'll capture. No, this does. No, I saw a video of this today. And I'm pretty sure it does 4K 60 capture as well. I don't know why they would make those mistakes, but it's a pretty solid little device. Anyway, it's pretty neat. I was impressed. I don't know. That's something I got to work out. So I have the 4K screen, and a lot of the games I play would benefit from 4K. So when I got to get some mic or some monitor arms, and I think I'm going to position my monitors so that I can move them. So directly in front of me is the 1440, and then off to my left is the 4K. And I think I want to set them up so that I can shift them side to side. So if I want to record a gameplay video in 4K, I can just kind of move the panels around, do it on the screen in front of me. And then when I stream, I'm streaming at 1440, so I can shift them back. Or if I want to play a game that plays at 1440, then I'll move them around. Gotta get my head around that. All right, man. Sleep well. Thanks for dropping in and chatting and talking PC stuff, because I always enjoy that, so that's fun. I think I'm going to play some video games now for an hour before hitting the bed, but so whoops. No, get over there. We'll play some Patron again before bed. Imagine if you were somebody who comes to this stream and you came here from YouTube. Yeah, I'll catch up tomorrow. And you came here from YouTube with a view that you're going to watch me stream Patron, and then you just sit there and I'm talking for an hour and a half. That would be, you'd be disappointed. I need to pay attention to that. I think I need to spend most tech companies are Taiwanese. Most of the PC tech companies are Taiwanese because most processors are made in Taiwan. Sorry, let me rephrase that. A lot of the processors like AMD and like AMD's made by TSMC, so that's Taiwan Semiconductor, and their fabs, they have fabs in China, but they mostly have their fabs in Taiwan. So all of their modern process, so their 7 and 5 nanometer process nodes are in Taiwan. They're building a 5 or 3 plus nanometer process in the US now. So the US government is kind of leaning on them to build in the US. So I think TSMC will build in the US. That would be a game changer. Because once you build the fab there, then all of the other things around the fab, like the PCB manufacturers for the motherboards and everything else, the RAM manufacturers and everything, they'll have to go there because that's the only way to get economies of scale. So yeah, they'll all move over there, and so the US will get an industry back. I don't know why this game does that, man. It's weird. Okay. Let's flick over to game mode in a second here. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, Asus is good. They're probably the biggest. Where did the game go? They're kind of the biggest company, biggest sort of tech maker. I use Gigabyte a lot. I use MSI and Gigabyte a fair bit, so my motherboards are almost always MSI. My graphics card is Gigabyte. Depends on, it's like everything else, depends on what you get. This sound issue is driving me around the twist. Okay, so I'm gonna, what am I running? Okay, I'm running at one time. So what I want to build out in this today is the dock. Where is the dock? Where do I get the dock at? Okay. Wow, maybe I already have a dock. What's going on here? Where do I build that from? I thought there was a harbor. Can I build a dock? Well, the ground is frozen. That doesn't help. Okay, let's go to Production, jewelry store, tailor shop, perfume shop, mint, and gold mine. I don't see a dock. So, where do I get that from? Harbor, guardhouse, tailor shop. There's something missing. I'm not getting something here. So that's the beginning. In the manual, it says that you do trade at a dock, and I'm not sure where I built the dock from. I would assume it has to be the harbor. Allows you the construction of a harbor. So let's focus on doing the harbor. Okay. See how we go. We'll race to the harbor. Do we have homeless people? No. We have empty houses. Good. Let's build some more empty houses. Build a stone house. Okay. So we'll build some houses to get ourselves moving. I'll purchase seeds. Though I'm not sure. Whatever. Just take them. We have lots of money. Okay, so all of our resources are good. Oh, okay, so that's done. Now the distillery is a short one. What do we get for this? We can... Okay, so we can do grapes. We can make wine. Excellent. I really want that harbor. Okay, so that's going to take some time. So lumber is another resource. So one of the things that I also read is that one of the things I read was that you can stop people from at the warehouse. You can stop them from I don't know how. Bought and sold. You can apparently stop them from hoarding stuff, but I don't know how. Okay, so we've got pretty much a fair amount of everything. So we're in good nick. Okay, so our research is done. Now we have our harbor. Okay, so let's go and see if we can build something. Large stone bridge. Production buildings. Mint, gold mine. Clay pit, fisherman's hut. Is it a town building? A harbor. Okay, there. Okay, cathedral. Church, an inn, a guardhouse, and a school. Native relics. The expansion of our cities unearthed an abandoned native village and a graveyard, it seems, or some other spiritual site. The news has spread far and fast. It seems both the church and the king are interested. The king never wants it all, while the church hopes to share the loot. I don't want any of it. The king wants it. He can send his people to get it. Half sounds fair. Let the church know we agree, even if our own people... Okay, so... Our safety declines. Safety... Loyalty. I don't need the coins. Just go away. Okay, so let's build a harbor. Whoa. Okay, that's not conducive. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay. Now we need to get them a road. Make that a priority building. Okay, so I'm curious to see how trading works. So... Oh. Wait a second. Our lumber is in bad shape. Okay. Okay, let's... Fully upgraded. It's fully upgraded. It's fully upgraded. Okay, so we need... Say what now? Okay. Like, it says... Okay. Hopefully need to add another lumber yard somewhere. Production building. Okay. Probably have to start spreading out this way. Let's put a warehouse over by them as well. I think the warehouse is... Okay. And we'll just swing a road by them. Okay, so get some roads happening. What's going on over here? We need bricks. Okay, so we have lots of bricks now. There we go. There are the bricks. Let's get after it. We've got everything we need. We have everything we need now to start building. waiting for a worker to build. What's the status of the land over here? Could probably throw a few houses down over here. Okay. And a watchtower maybe. Here. And then a stone well. Here. Okay, so what do we got? We need more foresters. We need another dock worker. Then we can do all right. So all right, so now we can trade. Nice. Shift control, so control click. There we go. Other control. This is kind of pointless, really, if you think about it. We don't need the money. And this stuff's not particularly good value to sell. Like, nothing is super high enough. Fine garments would be the only thing, and medicine would be the only thing worth selling. Because we have so much money. So, like, what else can we do? Oh, we can't really do much of anything. They're just waiting for a trade ship. So the other thing I could do is just buy stuff that I need instead of actually building more places. I could just probably build another dock over like here and then just trade like crazy. I just want to watch the ship roll in. So we have enough tools, we have enough wood, we have enough firewood, we have enough stone, we have enough iron, like kind of killing everything. So our inventory space is running low. So we may have to just sell stuff just to get rid of it. Our stockpile is full. But I just built a new warehouse, man. Holy crow. Well, let's build another warehouse, I guess. I don't know, I guess that's kind of... We're now at that phase. Oh, I missed the ship. Okay, so I have a lot of something. What can I sell? What do I have a lot of? Apples, carrots, tobacco. Okay. Let's sell... let's sell like 5,000 to... Oh. So the most I can sell is 400. Okay. Right. Okay, well that's kind of useless. Wow. What's going on here? I don't have enough people. Okay. Well, hey, there's a boat. Well, it's kind of hopeless. Like suppose I could build. Oh, I should probably upgrade those houses. So now I have a lot more capacity, I guess. I don't really understand. I mean, I understand. Just okay. I don't know what to do. I'm being too successful, it would seem. Okay. Let's let's build a jewelry store. And then we'll do that, I guess. Sunflowers are ground, pressed into oil. Oil lamps require. Okay, I guess we can do all that. We get. Oh, let's go buy 100 bricks or something. What happened? Yeah, let's just go buy. Where's bricks? Can I buy bricks? Like, I literally can't buy the thing I need? Is that what you're telling me here? Oh, there's bricks. They only have 56 for sale. I want to buy shift maximum. I want to buy 400. And what do I want to sell? I want to sell. Okay. I want to buy 400 bricks. So that I can build. Can I upgrade that? Oh, that's a good idea. Can I upgrade this thing? Yes. 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 Okay. So now now the ships will come faster. And they'll be able to do more. Which should help me get rid of stuff. Like, I'm actually trading now to get rid of stuff as opposed to trade to make money. Well, I didn't even see a ship turn up. Okay. Okay, what's that? Let's just go get that. Okay. Okay, so I have lots of bricks. So let's go build let's go build another harbor. Okay. Let's go over here. Stone road. Okay. What are you gonna do? Let's sell. We'll start getting rid of a lot stuff that we have a lot of, I guess. Oops. How's our research going? Okay. Then what's next? Here's about that. Right. So then we'll build those two things. Just whipping through we're just whipping through everything. Okay. So what do we need more of? We need more carriers. Should need a new dock worker soon. We'll upgrade the dock. Oh. Okay. So where's lumber? Okay. So we'll just get you to buy maximum lumber. And then you up here, what can you sell? We'll get you to sell maximum firewood. Like, I genuinely don't really care about any of that stuff. Let's build an inn. We'll do that. And then that. What's the one that makes our... Is there one that makes our... Oh, yeah, that research drafting. Makes it all go faster. Tariffs increases taxation. Not really interested. Market radius, market availability, market toll, trade customs. Enacting this policy reduces royal fee. Might be useful at some point. Decorative trees, don't care. Maximize potential, don't care. Education focus, don't care. Luxury budgeting. Tax cuts. Natality. Property dues. They're just... Okay. Oh. There we go. So we have lots of... Go buy some more lumber, mate. Okay. You down here. You're gonna sell... what do we got to sell? You're gonna sell some apples. There you go. And that should start to get our... Like, we just literally can't sell fast enough. We're just gonna have all warehouses. I don't know, man. Like, this is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of getting to the silly stage now. Let's sell this. Sell that. We literally can't get rid of stuff fast enough. I just have to start building more of these things. Suppose I could stop making stuff. That seems counterintuitive. That seems. How are we doing for homes? Let's sell firewood. Okay. Okay, I might have to turn the firewood off just because jobs board. Where we at here? Woodcutters. Yeah, we'll just have to stop making firewood for a little while. Because we're sort of well, the other thing we could do is, what do we got here? A lot of carrots. I don't even know what we can do with carrots. Maybe we'll just stop making them. Maybe we'll make another brewery or something. Maybe let's do it over here. Somewhere. Okay. So, clothes shop, mushroom, tools. Cool. Okay, clay pit, pottery, apiary, brickwork, distillery. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Let's just build a bunch of distilleries and we'll start turning stuff into other stuff. Okay, let's go sell some herbs. So we need to employ some more dock workers. We have lots of people. Sell some coal. Sell some firewood. Crap. Probably have to import some wood, funnily enough. Oh, we don't have enough bricks. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. Okay, so you can import some lumber. Let's do... Okay. And you can import some bricks. Where's the brick? Alright. And you... Let's go down the bottom. Maybe we'll build a bakery or something. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, so we're starting now to get that under control. Where are those people? Okay, so what are you gonna produce? Yep, you can do beer. And you can do this. You can do that. And you can do that. Okay. And then let's go make another farm. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. Let's build it over here then. Yeah, let's build it over here. Okay. An orchard. No. Okay, let's build another one. Okay, so let's destroy some roads here. And let's build a new orchard. Okay. And you're going to grow grapes. Yep. Okay. What? Get lost. You're not getting that much money. Jump off a cliff. I don't care how much. What's going on over here? You're gonna grow some grapes. There you go. And you, sir, are going to produce wine. And we're gonna expand you, expand you, expand you, expand you. Let's see if we can make these things just churn out stuff like booze, because I don't really care that much. Okay. How's the research going? Where do we get to? Okay, so we got that. We'll build that. To pay attention. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright. So what do we got? That's fine. We don't need the pirates anymore. Okay, so that's good. So now we're kind of in good shape with respect to our storage anyway. Okay, so what is our housing situation? We've got 2 empty houses. Okay, so let's build some more. There's that. We'll build a stone road around. There we go. Okay. What do we got? Okay. So they're all just producing like crazy. Huh. They could use more people. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll have to wait a little bit. The distilleries are going to be like our major producer pretty soon. Sure, let's go. So we got that, and we'll do the guardhouse. So can I upgrade that to a guardhouse? I can. Okay. So where are all of those things? Let's upgrade all of them. I don't have a mouse anymore. Yeah, this white background is not ideal. Okay. So I think I've upgraded now all of our places. Let's look at how we're doing this. Okay, we need a loitering tax. Then we need the secular society, and then we need the 2-story house, which will then let us upgrade all of our houses. Okay, so we're starting to run out of more houses again. I wish there was a way just to kind of copy and paste these. Okay, so then let's whip the road around there. Okay. Do another sort of row of houses. Yeah, that's probably the safest thing to do right now. While we have the time, just okay, and then we'll whip that road around again. Just pull it down here. And then we're good. And so I think we'll have enough housing for a little while. What are okay, good. Wait on the grapes. How's the research going? Okay, secular society. We'll do that one. What do we got for? So we got lots of empty houses now. That's a good thing. Then we can go around and ooh, stone. Let's just import some stone. So we'll just import as much stone as we can. So stupid. Like, I have built myself this ridiculous ability to just buy whatever I want. Okay, and a slaver ship has stranded. Yeah, I'm not interested. Okay, so we need to add some more distillers. We'll turn the woodcutters back on. Okay, so the coal miners, we can lower. A little bit. We have lots of stone again. Okay, how do we go? 2-story houses. Okay, so the 2-story house will then a laborer's guild. Okay, I don't know what it does, but it sounds like it should be good. Peasants guild. There's a lot of guilds. We don't. What's a garrison? Nah, we don't need that. We'll do the cows. How are we going here? Okay, so 2-story houses. And then we'll do cows. Everybody likes a good moo cow. Now, let's go turn all of our houses into a 2-story house. Whatever. Okay. So we now have that. By society. Okay, so now we need to import some bricks. Where are the bricks? So shift. Nope. Go get me bricks. Get me bricks. Go get me bricks. And you go get me lumber. And you up there. Go get me lumber. Okay. We got some two-story houses to build. Okay, so the research on that's done. Let's do that. Okay, so we have lots of brick now. Okay. Wow. We're gonna have a lot of houses. Thanks, King. I wish there was a way to do all of these upgrades at once. Okay, so let's keep doing research. Peasants Guild. I don't know what the Peasants Guild does, but we should have one because we have peasants. Okay. Probably need some more brick in a second. Holy crow. Our people are going to have big houses. Okay, so we've done all of that part of the town. And now we're over to this sort of subdivision. Wow. Okay. The church needs money. The church can get stuffed, man. They're always in need of something. Very needy. Okay. So now all of our houses are two-story insulated houses. So like 10 people can live in them. Holy crow. Let's see if anyone over here sort of put 10 people in a house. Oh my god, is this still Osmond? Wow, Osmond and Millicent. You never kind of... Oh, look at these two. Carol and Jonas, just... Holy crow. Hannibal and Kirsteed throwing out the kids. Johan and Osbel. Yeah, they just keep doing what they do. Oh, Rebecca and Osmond. Get off her, bro. Oh my god, Rafe and Mare. There's Ezekiel. I'm looking for somebody with 10. Maybe they haven't been... The houses haven't been big enough, long enough to see if anyone... Oh, hey. Sylvester and Eugenia. Way. Nesta. Agnes. Ugh. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. So we can do a Peasants Guild. And... What else? Let's do a Cathedral, and then we'll get on to building some of those so that these people can feel like, I don't know, church is important to them or something. Anyone live over here? Oh, yeah. Hey, Wilfred and Alice. And little Pascal. Good stuff. Reynold and Helen. Oh, they have a little Redu. Okay, so we need to get... Let's go. Excuse me. Okay. Ironically, it looks like firewood is now a problem. That's ironic. We'll keep an eye on it, but yeah, it looks like we're not producing enough firewood now. Okay, so you know what's our situation like for storage? We're gonna run out of storage here, pretty quick, smart. We have wine? Did we ever start making wine? We did. Wow. That's impressive. Okay, we need to import some firewood now, which is kind of crazy to me, but okay, that should keep us nice and safe in the firewood department. What do we got going on here? Property dues. Okay, so let's build a cathedral or something here, eh? Or is that a town building? Church, a cathedral. Wow. what do we got for research here? The healer's house. So can we build one of those? Peasants Guild House, a place for peasants. Okay. Just put that here. Build the road out to it. That used a lot of bricks and stuff, which is good. Let's buy some more bricks. Bricks. It's just easier to buy things like bricks. Okay. What do we need? We need a cleric. Okay. What are you short of? I don't even know what you are. Guardhouse. What are you short of? Inventory. Oh, handles. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so we need to make a candle shop. Okay. Okay, so apparently I didn't plan that very well. So there's no road here either, which is awesome. Okay, so let's build production building. Where's that? What's it? An apiary? Oh, okay, so they got efficiency issues. What do those need to be near stuff? Is there one around somewhere? Okay, so let's... Okay, so... Need more of those. More of those, more of those. Okay, let's see what happens. So... What's our wax? Beeswax or whatever it's called. So we don't have a lot of wax. So what we'll do is we'll just start importing some. until we can figure out if we want to make it or not. Because it's really not worth building that stuff, to be honest. Bugger. It's kind of annoying. Okay, let's go up here and import some more wax. Then we'll shoot back down and start doing it again. And that should get us more than enough wax. Okay. Okay, so that should probably keep us in good stead. So we don't have any clay. So let's build a new clay pit. We'll just build like a few of these. Let's build one here. Build one here. And then that should get us enough clay. And then what else can we do? Warehouse, tailor shop, why not? Jewelry store. Oil mill. Bakery. Just build one of everything. All right. What do we got going on? Oh yeah, we're running out of space. So now we need to sell some stuff. Herbs again. Let's get rid of some herbs. Let's get rid of some firewood. We just bought firewood, that's the funny part. We'll get rid of some beer. Sell some brandy. We'll sell some wine. There we go. Now, we should have an extra tailor, a baker. All right. So, what are you guys doing? What's our wax situation looking like? So, there we go. What are we doing for space? Okay, good. They don't have sunflowers, seed stuff. Okay, so let's go farm. Crop. Oops. 12 by 12. Yep. Do another one. Do another one. Okay. You're gonna grow sunflower seeds. Sunflowers. Where's sunflowers? There. Grow some potatoes. Grow corn. What are you? No farmers. Okay, so let's throw in some farmers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add some candle makers, oil miner, and a jeweler. Right. Away we go. Now let's sell some stuff. What do we need to sell? Sell some stone, because we have a lot of it. Sell some flowers, because we have a lot of them. Sell some iron, because we have a lot of iron. Sell some beer, because we have a lot of beer. Do we have a lot of... Oh, tobacco. Gee whiz. We could probably just cut down on the amount of tobacco we're growing, because sell more tobacco, I guess. Go up and sell some more. And by the time we get back down, gain indeed finds. Okay. By the time we get back down here, it'll be time to go sell some more tobacco. God, I'm a death merchant. Selling tobacco. Okay, there we go. Let's go do some research. Okay, so what's my next big thing? Ooh, well, yeah. Oh, crap. fine garments, and then that, and then we're all... Okay. What are you short of? I don't know what you're short of. What is our wax situation looking like? Yeah, lots of it. Okay, let's import some wax. Okay, so you... What? Wool? Oh, they're not producing enough wool. Oh, okay. We'll just stock up on the wool too. What produces wool? Second. What do I gotta do here? Okay. Farm. Okay. Bossing a farm in here. What do we got? Okay. We'll buy some more of those as well. What's that? Oats. Whatever, man. Carrier, farmer. I have to have oats or something. Where's the oats coming from? Oats. Okay. Didn't even know how to produce oats. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. Should have lots of oats soon. And we're gonna be absolutely chalkers again here. Have to sell some stuff. This game just turns into me buying and selling stuff. Okay, so Merchant Guild. What do I need to sell now? Sell brandy. Sell beer. Can almost sell wine. Sell some pears. We have lots of that. And we're back in the tobacco trade. Native relics. Not interested in native relics. Okay. Let's get rid rid of something else while we're up here. Cider. Yeah, let's sell some of that. Okay, let's sell some stuff. Pears. So basically we overproduce now. Like we're literally producing so much cider that we can't get rid of it all. Okay. Royal Hall. Let's build. I want a Royal Hall. And then I want that. Yes. That's the move. That's what we're going to achieve for the rest of this stream. We're going to build out our patron's mansion. I don't care how long that takes. What do we got going on here? What do we have to sell? We have so much money, it's ridiculous. Sell some iron. Just because we have lots of it. Sell some herbs. Sell cider. So we've almost kind of run our race with cider. Sell some wine. Now we have a lot of money. Okay, what do we got going on here? So we got a Royal Hall. Sell. That's pretty good, man. Okay. Natural immigration. Oh, shit. Stuck. Okay. Religious zeal. I want the patron's mansion. I don't really care. What are we short of here? We're short of wool again, huh? Okay, so let's import some wool. Okay. We will never be short of wool again. Let's go. Oh. Jeez, we gotta build more houses here. Okay. What do we got? Religious zeal. Church and state. Now. Houses. Let's build a road. Okay, so the road is there. And then we'll build the road here. And then we'll build some two-story houses. Here, 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 here. And we'll rotate them and we'll go here, then we'll rotate them, and we'll go up one. Then we'll rotate them again here. Here. And then we'll throw stone road in here. We'll connect it down here. Why didn't that work? Put around the top. And that should get us enough housing to get us through for a little while. Alright. Oh yeah, we do have homeless people. Let's build you town. Build healers. Place here. Then what else? Cathedral maybe? And we should build a cemetery. And we'll build another one. Maybe somewhere here. Alright. Research. How are we going? Large park. Then we'll do natural immigration. Oh, bugger. I was trying to short circuit some of this stuff. But it would seem we won't be able to. Okay. Alright. How are we going? We have 15 empty houses. Excellent. Ooh. Okay. No. Healer. We need some firewood quite badly, actually. Okay, so that research is done. What are you short? Medicine. Oil. Fund the next. Okay. We're in for a treatment alert. A local captain's willing to organize a search surrounding islands. We can participate as patrons. Success, however, is not guaranteed. If we agree, we get a free ox cart. Send him away. Sure. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to build another sawmill. Where's we? Is that the oil mill? So let's import some oil. We'll export some stuff that we now have a lot of. Like tobacco, which we always seem to have a lot of. Carrots. Alright. You know what? Our guardsmen have caught several infantry stockpiles to weaken the kings. There's a bounty on their heads yet. Whether or not they wonder it's relevant because they attack my city, send them to the king in shackles. Off you go. Okay, so we'll build another one of those. Oil place. Right. Our research. How are we going? Orchard seeds. Right. Everything seems to be going pretty well. We have 15 empty houses. Food and finances are in good shape. We have tons of labor luxury, merchant luxury. Perfume. We don't have any. Hey, what do you need? Another cleric. Another oil miner. Another woodcutter. Another carrier. And we could probably start doing this shit. Off you go. Don't need any more. Okay. Are they happy? Holy crow. My people are happy. Probably build a market or something around here for these people. Where's a market? Build them that there. And then let's build them in. What else we? Like, build them a couple of schools. Why not? Did we build another one of those things? We did. Okay. King sends his regards. Good for the king. Okay. What are we got? Oh well. I wish there was a way that we could just sort this by the things we have the most of. So like, let's sell some flowers. Let's sell some wine. Let's sell some flour. Let's sell some iron. Okay. How's our research going? Natural immigration. We'll have to do that one. Getting there. We're not long now from our stated goal of achieving the Patron's mansion. Okay. Coal is a problem. So let's upkeep. What? What's the problem? No traders. Oh. Teacher. Okay. Let's build another coal mine. Or two. Okay. All right. So then we'll build some roads to them. Build a road. There we go. All right. How are we going on the research side? Okay. What do you need, teacher? Actually, you know what? Let's build a road straight up the gut here. How are we going? Okay, then we'll do this one and this one. Then we're almost done. So our food is falling, actually. Just noticed that now. And this guy Okay, I think we'll start. What are you short of? Plums? And apples. Huh. We really ran out of apples? We did too. Oh well. Plum. And then maybe we'll buy some lumber. Wow. Where would be a good place to build on this side? So then what we'll do is we'll build a large stone bridge. And then we'll build a stone road. Okay. And then we'll build there. Stockpile is full. Come on, man. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, let's sell. What do we got to sell? Sell some iron. We'll sell some beer. Sell more beer. Sell more beer. Okay, and then up top here, which was a really stupid place to put that because it's so too far away. We'll sell some candles. Yeah, how's our research going? Excellent. We're almost done. And then we'll sell some more candles. We'll sell tobacco. Sell more tobacco. All right. Sell more tobacco. That should clear out of expedition results. Great. We found a bunch of stuff that we don't need. Perfect. There we go. Research is done. And now the Patron's mansion. The pièce de résistance. Okay, so we'll sell. What are we gonna sell? Some pears. Sell some pears. What else can we sell? Tobacco. Sell some bricks, maybe. Let's go. We have a lot of candles and brandy. How are we going? Almost done. Let's go. Yeah, those trade places, those harbors came kind of in clutch there, because see what happens. Is that it? Allows the construction of your own personal... Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Is that a town building? Let's get after it. I'm going to put myself out next to the cathedral. Maybe. Yes. I'm going to put myself over here, away from the hoi polloi, overlooking my town. Or should I build up in the hills, overlooking the town? Like up in here. Overlooking the peasants. No, I'm going to be on the other side of the river. I want nothing to do with those people. There we go. Okay, so we'll have to build a large stone bridge to my palace. There we go. And we'll build a stone road here. There. Let's go. This is the most important building you have. Do stuff. People, I don't think you appreciate the urgency with which this building should be built. Do I have enough people? I do. It's not like they have anything else to do. Get over and build my building. I have no idea why you people aren't doing this. What I want. Surely we have enough flour. Oh, maybe not enough wheat. I see. Okay. Well, I'm befuddled. They're not building my building. Why not? Well, you know what? The only houses you're going to get yeah. Well, you know what? We'll build some nice 2-story houses over here. Put a warehouse over here somewhere. Yeah, look at them come now. Rats. You people are rats. Building your own houses, but not mine. I am not impressed. I am not impressed at all. No firewood in stock. Huh. I don't understand. Why is my house not a priority? Okay. I'll build you all some more housing. I'm kind of baffled. Well, let's give them some work to do over here. It's crazy. Um, um, oh, where? Okay, let's plant some farms then. Um, let's build another orchard. Hmm. You can be plums. You can grow oats. You can grow wheat. You can grow wheat. You can grow oats. Let's throw some foresters, farmers, tailors, jewelers. You can be an apple orchard. These houses are occupied. And then let's build a guardhouse. And then we'll build a stone well. Be an apple orchard. Why is that? What? I don't understand. It's just like they don't think that's important despite me telling them it's important. Okay, so we have the tools, we have the bricks, we have the lumber. But we're not clearing the terrain. Why? Okay. Yeah, let's stop that. And let's build that again. Here. And then more people are homeless. I don't understand. Oh, there you go. This is your highest priority building. Plague. No farmer in the orchard. Okay. What's our status of people? We have no occupied houses. Okay, so let's build some houses. Let's build a road. Then we'll build. Hey, it's my house. Your very own seat of power. Yes, yes it is. Oh, I should build the plebs some housing. Okay. I built them the wrong way around. I don't care. Whatever. You have housing. That's good enough for you. My lord, some of our more passing floors, battlemen. Yep. Well, I think at that point we can call this something of a success. And we'll just stop there because it's getting a bit late. So we'll save that. Okay. All right. Well, I think that was fun. No, that doesn't sound right. Um, it was fun. Uh, but once you kind of figure out the mechanics of it, maybe I think we were probably playing on very easy mode or something, which is fine. It was the first time playing through, so that's okay. But once you figure out the mechanics of it and you build the right stuff, and then you get to the point where you can trade and you have a ton of money, um, the game becomes just on autopilot. Like it's like I just sat there for 2 hours, 3 hours playing, and I didn't really have anything challenge me at all. Um, it was just research to get to the point where I wanted to have my own house. And for some reason, I think building it, building the bridge right up against my house was the problem. So that was just kind of a stupid mistake. But anyway, uh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of I like to play those games on really quick speed, so that was on 10x speed, and as a result, I think when you play it at that speed, part of the problem is um, you get through it pretty quickly. So what we'll you know we'll stay across Patron and see how it develops and what the developers come out with in terms of add-ons, because it's still just released, so I'm sure they're working on stuff, and we'll stay across it. And if they come out with some new content or something, then we'll pick it up and we'll play it again. I think tomorrow we might either play some Cold War, or we might I wanted to play Cold War tonight, but then the first night after an update is a gong show, so we'll wait. Um, so we might play Cold War tomorrow, and if not, we might play City of Gangsters. Next week we've got Humankind, which is cool. Um, that's that is more Civ like. That's a big version of Civ. So there's a whole bunch of things we've got lined up to play, which is cool. So yeah, so tomorrow night it'll either be City of Gangsters or Cold War. So thank you very much for taking the time to drop into the stream and say hello. Appreciate it. And if you're watching the VOD, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That would be super helpful. And until tomorrow, let's everybody be safe and have a good evening or afternoon or wherever you are. And yeah, we'll catch you back here tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.